These are connected to, it's going to sound real corny, but these connected to our soul. And when we create with these, using our mind and our eyes and our heart, and we fabricate something that is inherently us and very personal, it's just wonderful. As I was growing up, all the boys took industrial arts. Man, I loved it. The better students were directed away from that and into the things that would lead them to college. And of course, fast forward a bunch of years, I went back to industrial arts. I kind of refound it. Gradually then I gathered my own tools and set up my own shop and started making butcher blocks. So we traveled around the country with our butcher blocks and cutting boards. These are little cutting boards, the start of them, and essentially I have taken scraps for these, and I'm planing and jointing these, and they'll be turned into cutting boards. I'm going to turn some equipment on in here and show you how that works. We've got one Earth, and we've got to change our throwaway society. And so a lot of my lumber for myself and my son's work comes from trees that people have donated to us, or we find laying on the side of the road. And of course, I can't hardly throw anything away, so this was just a cherry knot, and I'm working on the bowl. I think I'll make some little balls for 2 feet and call it bowling balls. With hand tools, the lumber, the grain of the wood will direct your tool and teach you things. Knowing where we come from and such is very important. For me, it's a tie to my past. My dad was a hand tool woodworker. He worked a lot with an axe and knives, and just straight with the lumber, the wood. And I took a position with the National Park Service at Buffalo National River in the lower district. I could do pioneer woodworking programs, interpretive programs at Buffalo, and I really enjoyed it. And when the kids would come to the park and pile out and come see this ranger in a flat hat working on a draw knife or operating a spring pole lathe, and see a tree branch move up and down to provide the power for the lathe. And hand tool woodworking and the blacksmithing and learning how to forge tools and utilize them in the wood shop or just woodworking, oh man, that really added to my depth and breadth of knowledge as a creative craftsperson. And I continue to do blacksmithing too. I don't buy any of my raw materials. I don't think I've bought any metal. I've always used salvaged material. So the idea that I could take spring steel, junk, and with some imagination and some work, make them into a good tool is pretty important to me. It's something I was fixing to throw in the wood stove the other day, and I said, I wonder if that's pretty underneath. And it'll be pretty when I get it finished up, but oh my gosh, it's hard to turn. I'm especially fond of making something that goes into a family member's home that'll be passed down, hopefully, for generations. You live on. It's kind of, you read an author that's gone, they're still alive in their work. Same with craftsperson or artist, you live on. I think that's neat.